Jesus came, and he was called the Messiah, right? And he went about doing good things, right? Oh, they all in it? Oh, that's lovely. Okay, so he went about and he was doing good and he was helping the sick. Okay, he was raising the dead. You guys need to listen to me quiet. And he was healing anyone who really had any disease, and he was helping people too. And for those who had no hope, Jesus was giving them hope, right? But there were some bad people in the land, and they did not like that. They did not like that Jesus was giving hope to so many people, that he said he was the Son of God, that he said he was the King of the Jews, even though he was. And so these people, they plotted to kill Jesus, right? They wanted to kill him. And then they asked one of Jesus' close friends, his disciple, who was Judas. And because Judas loved money, right? He said to the man, give me some money, right? They gave him some money. And he said, whoever I kiss, okay? Yes, whoever I kiss is going to be the one, is going to be whom you're looking for. That's Jesus. And so, there was this night after Jesus and his disciples had gathered together and they had a great big supper. So after that night, these people came with clubs and they came with pitchforks, and they were trying to catch a criminal. And Judas came to Jesus and he kissed Jesus, right? And then they all went after Jesus and they were trying to catch Jesus. And after they caught Jesus, can anybody tell me what happened after they caught Jesus?
That he's dead.
Oh, before Jesus died, what happened? What did they do to Jesus?
They beat him up.
Yes, they beat up Jesus, they beat him up. What else did they do? They put a crown of thorns on his head, right?
When we sin and we bring sin into our lives, it changes us. It changes who we are, and suddenly there's elements in us that weren't meant to be there. Maybe it's bad attitudes, or you yelled at your parents, or you lied to a friend, or you cheated on a test, or you hurt someone, or you hurt yourself. Whatever it might be, it's not the way you were meant to be. And God saw this, and he didn't want it to be this way. He said, this was not how I intended you to be. So God had a perfect rescue plan, and that rescue plan was Jesus. Now, Jesus was perfect. He came and he lived a perfect life. He was without sin. So the question was, what would happen if Jesus took the sin of the whole world, all of the sin, and put it in himself? And so he went to the cross and he took our sin. And Jesus took all that sin and put it in himself.
The red is the sin, and the big glass represents Jesus. Look what he did to the sin.
That's the thing, is Jesus took our sin to the grave, but then he left it there. He left that sin in the grave, and he came back with new life for all of us. And he was still perfect and pure and blameless in everything that we needed. And so, you, with all of our sin and with all that's inside of us, you have the ability to say yes to Jesus, because we don't need sin anymore. Sin has been defeated by the power of the cross and what Jesus did and the power of his resurrection. And so when you say yes to Jesus and you ask him to fill you with his power, it changes everything. Jesus brings freedom. You couldn't have taken this out on your own. You could not remove the sin from yourself. Only Jesus could do that, because he died and rose again to defeat the power of sin and bring us true freedom. And that's why Jesus had to die.